These are the items which are allowed to deduct. So there are eight such items. So there are eight such reductions, and each reduction has its own separate rules. So we must understand and must able to apply these rules while finding the tax liability of a person. And the reduction we have to adjust our retirement fund contribution donation. I think in our previous class we discussed about the retirement fund contribution as well as donation. Right? Then today I'm going to discuss the other reduction, which are only for natural person. They are the items only available for a natural person. In order to deduct all these reduction, the other reduction items, the taxpayer must be a natural person. Right? So, and as a natural person, the taxpayer can deduct life insurance premium, health insurance premium, remote area exemption for pensioner. The person must have a pension income in order to get this kind of exemption facility. Then exemption for disabled and foreign allowance exemption. So let's discuss all these points one by one. So I think up to donation we discussed in our previous class. Now there is a so I'm going to read this in English. Okay, resident individual working in a remote area gets remote area exemption, gets additional exemption. This one exemption as remote area exemption. Exemption up to rupees 50,000. Individual taxpayer who is working in a remote area. So what do you mean by this remote area? Must be hilly and mountainous districts. They are categorized into different areas of remote area. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different areas according to this. There are area A, area B, area C, area D, area E, and based on the area working, an individual gets exemption facility as a remote area exemption. Suppose two individuals, one is working in the branch office of Butol, and the other person is working in the branch office of Palpa. Both are getting the same amount of salary. They have the same level of job, same amount of salary. The person who is working in the Palpa has to pay lesser amount of tax than the person working in the Butul, because the person working in the Palpa can deduct a remote area exemption. I think Palpa comes under area A, B, C, D. Tarai district, region located in Tarai area, Tarai region, and a district located in Tarai region, they do not come under this remote area. They are developed region. Rupande is a developed region. Kathmandu, Nepal is, they all are developed region. So there is no any kind of exemption facility if person works under these areas. So this exemption facility is only provided to the mountainous and district, mountainous and hilly districts. And you don't need to remember, or you don't need to identify which districts comes under which area. There are Manang, Mustang, I think Dolpa, Humla. There are very few districts. They comes under area A, and then there are some district in area B and C and so on. You have to remember, you have to memorize this only area A, area B, and according to the area there is exemption. So maximum exemption is 50,000. Minimum exemption is 10,000. The person working in area A gets maximum exemption of 50,000. I think it is in using so Jumla wala. Jumla, a person working in Jumla can deduct 50,000 additional amount from his taxable income. उसको इनकमबाट उसले 50,000 रुपैयाँ चाहिँ रिमोट एरिया एक्जम्सन रूपमा कटाउन पाउँछ. सो एउटा इन्डिभिजुअल यो रिमोट एरियामा काम गर्ने इन्डिभिजुअल छ भने उसले चाहिँ आफ्नो ट्याक्स लायबिलिटीको ट्याक्सेबल इन्कमबाट यति अमाउन्ट बढीमा 50,000 सम्म एक्जम्सन गर्न सक्छ, उसले घटाउन सक्छ. अनि नेपालको खास गरी माउन्टेनियस र हिल्ली डिस्ट्रिक्टहरूलाई चाहिँ यो रिमोट एरियामा क्याटेगोराइज गरेको छ, छुट्याएको छ। अनि जस्तो रूपन्देही होइन, के अरे नवलपरासी, काठमाडौँ, पोखरा यो चाहिँ रिमोट एरियामा पर्दैन। दे कम्स अन्डर द डेभलप रिजन, विकसित क्षेत्रमा पर्छ। सो अन्डर दिज एरिया देयर इज नो एनी काइन्ड अफ एक्जम्सन। यो एरियामा चाहिँ कुनै काइन्ड अफ एक्जम्सन छैन। तर पाल्पा, अर्घाखाँची होइन, प्युठान जुन हिल्ली डिस्ट्रिक्टहरू छन् त्यहाँ चाहिँ फेरि एक्जम्सन छ। अनि हामीलाई जिल्ला सम्झिनु पर्दैन, जिल्लाको हामीले नाम याद गर्न सकिँदैन, धेरै छ त्यो। सो हामीलाई चाहिँ एरिया सम्झिनु पर्ने हुन्छ। एरिया, सो मिस्टर थापा इज वर्किङ इन एरिया, रिमोट एरिया ए भनेर आउला, रिमोट एरिया बी भनेर आउला, रिमोट एरिया बी भनेर आउला। So you have to memorize this remote area and the amount associated with that remote area. For remote area A, it is maximum exemption 50,000. For B, it is 40,000. For C, it is 30,000. For D, it is 20,000. For E, it is 10,000. So up to 50,000 exemption, minimum 10,000, maximum 50,000 exemption facility is given when a taxpayer works in these areas. So that is called remote area exemption. So this is another exemption class. Then another exemption is a life insurance premium. So insurance premium paid by the taxpayer for his insurance. So insurance premium paid by the taxpayer for his insurance, for his life insurance. Life insurance is allowed to deduct during the year. So insurance premium paid by the taxpayer during year for his life insurance, right, is allowed to deduct during the year. So the insurance amount must be related to taxpayer. Insurance premium paid for his relatives, for his children, for his wife, for his husband, that is not allowed to be. It is only related to taxpayers' life insurance. And unlimited amount of insurance is not allowed to be. There is a limitation. Maximum amount is 25,000. So annual premium means how much insurance premium was paid by the taxpayer. Annual premium, suppose I paid as an insurance premium rupees 20,000. So annual means the actual premium. Annual means how much insurance premium was paid by taxpayer during the year. That amount has to be compared with the amount mentioned in the Act, that is 25,000. So out of among these two amounts, between these two amounts, whichever is less is allowed to take. So and we need annual premium. How much premium the person is annually paying? And there are normally two types of amount related to this insurance amount. One is insured amount. What is the total insured amount? कतिको बीमा गरे हो त? 1 लाखको, 10 लाखको, 20 लाखको कतिको बीमा गरे हो? That is not our concern. How much premium the person is paying? That is we need. We must have given this annual premium. We cannot calculate annual premium. It must be given in the question. So what is the annual premium? Is how much premium the person, the taxpayer is paying. That is known as the annual premium. And we have to compare that annual premium with the amount 25,000 mentioned in the Act. Among these two amounts, whichever is less is allowed to do. Suppose one person paid 30,000, is paying 30,000 insurance premium, annual premium. Then 30,000 and 25,000, whichever is less, so 25,000 is allowed. Suppose one person is paying 15,000 annual premium for the insurance, for his life insurance premium, so then he can deduct 15,000 and 25,000, make a comparison. So 15,000 is the lesser one, so he can deduct maximum 15,000 in that condition. So we have to compare these two amounts, how much the person has paid as an annual premium, and the maximum amount, maximum limitation is 25,000. It cannot be more than 25,000. So between these two amounts, whichever is less is allowed to deduct. So for this insurance premium only, that must be related to the taxpayer. So remember this, insurance premium must be related to the taxpayer. Insurance premium paid for his relatives, for his son, daughter, wife, or any other member of the family, it is not allowed to deduct. An insurance premium paid to the insurance company within Nepal or outside the Nepal is allowed to do. There is no any condition, and the insurance company must be a resident company. There is no any such condition. So insurance premium paid within Nepal or outside the Nepal by the taxpayer is allowed to deduct. But there is a limitation. The maximum amount the taxpayer can deduct as an insurance premium is 25,000. एउटा करदाताले ट्याक्स पेयरले आफ्नो लाइफ इन्सुरेन्स गराएको छ भने त्यसले त्यो ट्याक्स लायबिलिटी रिमाइन्ड गर्ने बेलामा त्यो इन्सुरेन्स अमाउन्टलाई उसले डिडक्ट गर्न पाउँछ, कट्टा गर्न पाउँछ। त्यो कट्टा गर्न पाउने रकम चाहिँ त्यसको लिमिटेसन तोकिएको छ, बढीमा 25,000 रुपियाँ मात्रै पाइन्छ 1 वर्षमा चाहिँ, होइन। अनि हामीलाई यहाँ दुईवटा कुरा दिन सक्छ, कहिलेकाहीँ इन्स्योर्ड एमाउन्ट भनेर पनि दिन्छ, यतिको बिमा गरे भन्छ, 10 लाख इन्सुरेन्स गरे भन्छ, 20 लाख इन्सुरेन्स गरे भन्छ, 5 लाख इन्सुरेन्स गरे भन्छ। इन्स्योर्ड एमाउन्ट हामीलाई चाहिँदैन, हामी निकाल्न सक्दैन इन्स्योर्ड एमाउन्टबाट। वी मस्ट ह्याभ गिभन इन एनुअल प्रिमियम, हाउ मच द पर्सन इज पेइङ एनुअली एज अ प्रिमियम। त्यो व्यक्तिले वार्षिक कति रुपियाँ बिमा तिरिरहेको छ त्यो हामीलाई चाहिने हुन्छ, क्वेसनले त्यो दिन्छ। अनि त्यो एमाउन्ट र 25,000 चाहिँ कम्पेयर गर्नु पर्यो, र दुईटामा जुन चाहिँ थोरै छ त्यो मात्रै पाइन्छ। अर्को ख्याल गर्नुपर्ने कुरा, इन्सुरेन्स प्रिमियम रिलेटेड टु रिलेटिभ्स अफ द ट्याक्स पेयर इज नट एलाउड टु डिडक्ट। So it must be related to only taxpayer. The taxpayer को मात्र insurance पाइन्छ, अरूको चाहिँ पाइन्छ। So you have to exemption by life insurance premium. होइन, त्यसपछि अर्को छ, it's very similar to life insurance premium, health insurance premium. It is again related to taxpayer. Taxpayer, if he has insured his health insurance by paying the premium, so then it is called health insurance premium. It's insurance premium paid for the healthcare service. And the basic difference between this insurance and health insurance is a insurance premium, life insurance premium can be paid and allowed to deduct, given paid to Nepali company, resident company or non-resident company, both allowed to deduct. But for a health insurance premium, the insurance company must be a resident company. If you paid insurance company outside the Nepal, then it is not allowed to deduct. If you paid insurance company, if you paid insurance premium to the non-resident company, means which is not registered in Nepal, the company that is known as a non-resident company, an insurance paid to such a company is not allowed to deduct. So the company must be resident, which means company must have registered within the Nepal. Then it is only allowed to deduct, but unlimited amount is not allowed. So there is a limitation, maximum rupees 20,000. Annual premium means how much the person, the taxpayer, is paying as a health insurance premium, and 20,000 or 20,000, whichever is less. Suppose the person is paying 18,000 health insurance premium annually, then you have to compare that 18,000 with the 20,000, and whichever is less, so he is allowed to deduct only 18,000. Suppose the person is paying 25,000 annual premium for his health insurance, means he can deduct maximum only 20,000. So, the company, the taxpayer paid health insurance must be a resident company. कुनै व्यक्तिले आफ्नो स्वास्थ्य बिमा गरेको छ भने स्वास्थ्य बिमा गरेको रकम पनि उसले घटाउन पाउँछ, ट्याक्सेबल इन्कमबाट डिटर्माइन गर्न पाउँछ, एडजस्ट गर्न पाउँछ। तर ध्यान दिएर ख्याल गर्नुपर्ने कुरा के छ भने लाइफ इन्सुरेन्स प्रिमियम चाहिँ नेपाली कम्पनीलाई, नेपालभन्दा बाहिरको कम्पनीलाई दिए पनि त्यो चाहिँ तिरे पनि एडजस्ट गर्न पाइन्छ। हेल्थ इन्सुरेन्स प्रिमियम चाहिँ फेरि नेपाली कम्पनी भनेको नेपालमा दर्ता भएको बासिन्दा कम्पनीलाई मात्रै गर्न पाइन्छ, रेसिडेन्ट कम्पनीलाई मात्रै पाइन्छ, नन रेसिडेन्ट कम्पनीलाई गर्न पाइँदैन। त्यो नन रेसिडेन्ट कतिले इन्सुरेन्स प्रिमियम, हेल्थ इन्सुरेन्स प्रिमियम पेड इन इन्डिया भनेर आउँछ, health insurance premium paid in London, insurance company in London also, so which is not allowed to because they are not registered in Nepal. So the company must have registered in Nepal, means the company must be a resident insurance company. A resident भन्ने बित्तिकै company which are registered according to Nepalese law, they become the resident company. So Nepal भित्र दर्ता भएको सबै कम्पनीहरू रेसिडेन्ट कम्पनी त्यो हुनु। The insurance, if the health insurance premium was paid outside the Nepal or non-resident company, then it is not allowed to deduct anything of this. Just like a life insurance premium, health insurance premium only related to taxpayer is allowed to deduct. Insurance premium paid for his relatives is not allowed to deduct. So this is another exemption facility for a resident taxpayer as a health insurance premium. And then exemption for pension. Pensioner means the person who received a pension from his or her previous employer. So if the taxpayer has a pension income as a employment income, then the person can get additional exemption, which is 25% of basic exemption. The pensioner is allowed to deduct 25% of basic exemption as his additional exemption. So in order to get this exemption facility as an exemption for pensioner, the person must have a pension income. So those individuals who are receiving pension income from their previous employer or from their previous employment, they are allowed to deduct 25% of their basic exemption as an additional exemption. So what is basic exemption? You have to very होइन यो चाहिँ एक्जम्सन फर पेन्सनर भनेको पेन्सन खाने व्यक्तिका लागि हुने छुट भने जो व्यक्तिको पेन्सन छ पेन्सन इन्कम छ होइन जो अर्को जबबाट रिटायर भएको र उसले पेन्सन रिसिभ गरिरहेको छ प्रिभियस इम्प्लोइबाट भने त्यसलाई हामी पेन्सनर भन्छौँ अनि पेन्सनर रिसिभ गर्ने जसले पेन्सन खाइरहेको छ जसको स्यालेरीमा पेन्सनको पनि एउटा सोर्स अफ इन्कम छ त्यस्तो मान्छेले चाहिँ त्यस्तो ट्याक्स पेयरले चाहिँ आफ्नो जुन बेसिक एक्जम्सन हुन्छ त्यसको चाहिँ 25% चाहिँ उसले एडजस्ट गर्न पाउँछ घटाउन पाउँछ एज अ एक्जम्सन फर पेन्सनर भनेको होइन अनि यहाँनिर अर्को ख्याल गर्नुपर्ने यो बेसिक एक्जम्सन भनेको यसलाई हामी बेसिक एक्जम्सन मिन्स दिस इज द स्ट्याचुरी एक्जम्सन पनि भन्छौँ वैधानिक छुट भन्छौँ दिस इज द लेभल अफ इन्कम अप टु विच नो ट्याक्स इज लेभिड नो ट्याक्स इज पेड that limit, that level is called basic exemption limit or basic exemption level or statutory exemption. एउटा आम्दानी एउटा त्यो तह जुन तहसम्म ट्याक्स तिर्नु पर्दैन त्यसलाई बेसिक एक्जम्सन भनेर भनिन्छ त्यसलाई स्ट्याचुटरी एक्जम्सन वैधानिक छुट अथवा आधारभूत छुट भनेर पनि भनिन्छ अप टु त्यो लिमिटसम्म त्यो लेयरसम्म इन्कम हुँदाखेरिसम्म ट्याक्स पेयरले ट्याक्स तिर्नु पर्दैन जस्तो फर इक्जाम्पल अहिले नेपालको कन्टेक्समा if the person has income up to ₹4 lakh then there is no need to pay tax. There is no amount of tax required to pay if your income is up to ₹4 lakh. When you work as when you pay tax as an individual or single taxpayer, it is up to 4 lakh. But when you are paying tax as a couple, means you have a partner, you have either wife or husband, and in that condition, the exemption limit is 4,50,000, up to 4,50,000 if your income does not exceed, if your annual income does not exceed ₹4,50,000, then no need to pay tax. That level is called basic exemption level or statutory exemption, वैधानिक छुट होइन अहिले नेपालमा अहिले करेन्ट सिनारी हेऱ्यो भने चाहिँ अब ट्याक्स पेयर यदि सिङ्गल छ भने पनि उसले 4 लाखसम्म वार्षिक 4 लाख रुपियाँ इन्कम हुने बेलासम्म उसले ट्याक्स तिर्नु पर्दैन त्यसै गरिकन कपुल छ ट्याक्स पेयर भने त्यति बेला चाहिँ 4,50,000सम्म ट्याक्स तिर्नु पर्दैन यो लेभललाई नै हामी यसलाई बेसिक एक्जम्सन भनेर भन्छौँ जसलाई स्ट्याचुटरी एक्जम्सन वैधानिक छुट अथवा आधारभूत छुट भनेर पनि भनिन्छ सो त्यो लिमिट भनेको अब कति बेला ट्याक्स पेयर सिङ्गल हुन्छ कपुल हुन्छ कुन चाहिँ ट्याक्स पेयर सिङ्गल हुन्छ कुन चाहिँ ट्याक्स पेयर कपुल हुन्छ वाट इज द स्ट्याटस अफ ट्याक्स पेयर एज अ सिङ्गल अर एज अ होइन कपुल यो चाहिँ मैले आउने क्लासमा तिमीहरूलाई भन्छु अब अहिले तत्काल त्यतिकै ट्याक्स पेयरको दुईवटा स्टार्स हुन सक्ने रहेछ एज अ नेचुरल पर्सन ट्याक्स पेयर क्यान बी आइदर सिङ्गल ट्याक्स पेयर अर क्यान बी कपुल ट्याक्स पेयर हामी एज अ प्राकृतिक व्यक्ति चाहिँ हामी सिङ्गल पनि हुन सक्छौँ ट्याक्स पेयर कपुल पनि हुन सक्छौँ फेरि बिहा गर्दैमा सिङ्गल कपुल हुन्छ बिहा नगरेको मात्रै सिङ्गल हुन्छ होइन त्यो चाहिँ होइन त्यो है अनि बिहा गरेको पनि सिङ्गल हुनसक्छ बिहा नगरेको पनि कपुल हुनसक्छ सिङ्गल भनेको चाहिँ when you are paying tax individually होइन you are not accommodating your incomes with your partner's income then you can be a single tax हामी चाहिँ जस्तो दुईजना पार्टनर छौँ श्रीमान श्रीमती छौँ वा पार्टनर छौँ भने पनि हामीले आफ्नो ट्याक्स ल्याबले आफ्नो तिर्छौँ ट्याक्स पे तिर्छौँ भने हामी सिङ्गल भयो त्यति बेला होइन हामी अब दुईजना छौँ पार्टनर छौँ अनि श्रीमान श्रीमती छौँ अनि त्यति बेला हामी कपुलको रूपमा तिर्छौँ भने पनि त्यो कपुल भयो सो एज अ ट्याक्स पेयर होइन यु क्यान सेलेक्ट द अथोरिटी इज गिभन टु द ट्याक्स पेयर यु क्यान सेलेक्ट वेदर यु वान्ट टु pay the tax as a single taxpayer or you want to pay tax as a couple taxpayer. ट्याक्स पेयरलाई त्यो फेसिलिटी उपलब्ध गराएको छ हामी सिङ्गलको रूपमा पनि ट्याक्स तिर्न सक्छौँ कपुलको रूपमा पनि ट्याक्स तिर्न सक्छौँ होइन सो अब यहाँनिर अहिले सम्झिनु पर्ने कुरा इफ देयर इज अ पेन्सन इन्कम होइन when the person when a taxpayer is receiving any kind of pension income in that condition the person is allowed to deduct 25% of basic exemption as an additional exemption for a pension. So that is the exemption facility. कुनै ट्याक्स पेयरको पेन्सन एज अ इन्कम छ सोर्स अफ इन्कम छ भने त्यति बेला उसले चाहिँ आफ्नो बेसिक एक्जम्सनको 25% चाहिँ एडिसनल एक्जम्सन थप छुटको रूपमा कति गर्न पाउँछ भनेर भन्नु है यो पनि अर्को एउटा एक्जम्सन यस्तै अर्को एउटा एक्जम्सन चाहिँ एक्जम्सन फर डिसेबल मिन्स इज that can be a physical or mental kind of disability. The person with a certain kind of disability is also allowed to deduct additional exemption, and the exemption facility is 50% of basic exemption. When a taxpayer is a disabled person, the Act has not mentioned what type of disabilities and what is the level of disability that is not specified in the Act, but the person must be disabled according to this Act. होइन यो एक्टले चाहिँ डिसेबल भनेको अपाङ्ग भनेको छ अपाङ्गताको त अब लेभल हुन्छ एकदम त्यसको 3-4वटा लेयर छ अनि तर यो एक्टले चाहिँ त्यस्तो भनेको छैन वाट एभर द टाइप अफ डिसेबिलिटी इफ द पर्सन इज डिसेबल देन यु क्यान गेट एक्जम्सन फेसिलिटी एडिसनल एक्जम्सन फेसिलिटी जोसुकै प्रकारको अपाङ्गता भए पनि त्यो व्यक्तिले चाहिँ उसले एडिसनल एक्जम्सन पाउँछ भनेर भनेको छ द्याट इज एक्जम्सन फर डिसेबल पर्सन if the taxpayer is a disabled person then he gets 50% of basic exemption as an additional exemption so when the taxpayer is a single person then he can deduct 2 lakh additional amount as an exemption for disabled if the person is a couple then he can deduct 2,25,000 as an additional exemption from his income होइन so as an exemption facility for disabled यदि अपाङ्ग व्यक्ति छ ट्याक्सपेयर कुनै अपाङ्ग व्यक्ति छ भने उनले आफ्नो ट्याक्सेबल इन्कममा चाहिँ बेसिक एक्जम्सन भनेको 2 लाखको आधा भनेको सरी 4 लाखको आधा भनेको 2 लाख रुपियाँ त्यहाँ डिडक्ट गर्न पाउँछ कति गर्न पाउँछ उसका लागि चाहिँ अब ट्याक्सेबल इन्कम धेरै कम लिएर त्यो कारणले गर्दा 2 लाख चाहिँ मा कम कर तिरे पुग्ने भयो सो अनि यो फिफ्थ भयो सरी सिक्स्थ भयो अनि लास्ट स्टेजमा फरेन अलाउन्स एक्जम्सन दिस एक्जम्सन फेसिलिटी इज अभाइलेबल ओन्ली फर गभर्मेन्ट इम्प्लोइज होइन प्रोबाब्ली यो Nepal government sends some of its employees to the embassies which are established outside Nepal. Like Nepal has an embassy in London, Tokyo, New York, Australia, Canada, in I think Qatar, Saudi Arab. I think 42 more than 42 embassies are there around the world. And Nepal government sends its employees as a diplomats for working in these embassies, and the government employee posted outside the Nepal gets foreign allowance as additional compensation from Nepal government. And when a taxpayer receives that foreign allowance working outside the Nepal, and out of that foreign allowance, 75% is the exemption from tax. And only 25% is required to include as income. 75% is excluded from the income. That is rules. And it is applied. It is applicable only for the Nepalese government employees who are working outside the country. This is not for the other individuals, other Nepali individuals who are working outside Nepal. The person must be a government employee. The person must have posted outside the country by the Nepal government. Then the person must be a diplomat. A diplomat means he was sent outside the Nepal by the Nepal government, and so in that condition the person is known as a diplomat. And if the person is working as a diplomat, can get additional exemption as a foreign allowance exemption. So 75% of exemption facility is provided. This foreign allowance exemption भनेको यसलाई वैदेशिक भत्तामा छुट भन्छ यो चाहिँ अरूका लागि होइन गभर्मेन्ट इम्प्लोइका लागि मात्रै हो नेपाल सरकारले चाहिँ हाम्रो विश्वमा विभिन्न देशहरूमा दूतावास खोलेको छ जस्तो जापानमा छ अमेरिकामा छ लन्डनमा छ बेलायतमा छ होइन अस्ट्रेलियामा छ थुप्रै देशहरूमा अरबतिर पनि छ इन्डियामा छ चाइनामा छ पाकिस्तानमा छ त्यो देशहरूमा एम्बेसीजहरूमा काम गर्नको लागि एम्बेसडर र अरू कर्मचारीहरू पठाउँछ नेपाल गभर्मेन्टको आफ्नो गभर्मेन्ट सर्भिसको चाहिँ इम्प्लोइहरूलाई पठाउँछ कर्मचारीहरूलाई पठाउँछ अनि त्यहाँ काम गर्न गए बापत दे गेट्स फरेन अलाउन्स इन डलर उनीहरूले डलरमा चाहिँ फरेन अलाउन्स पाउँछ जस्तो सबैभन्दा टाढाको देशमा गयो भने धेरै डलर छ कम नजिकको देशमा गयो भने कम डलर छ दे गेट फरेन अलाउन्स इन द फर्म अफ डलरमा पाउँछ त्यो त्यहाँ त डलरमा पैसा खर्च गर्नुपर्ने गभर्मेन्ट डलरमा भत्ता दिन्छ अनि त्यो उनीहरूले पाएको जुन फरेन अलाउन्स छ जुन डलरमा पैसा पाउँछन् त्यो पैसामा चाहिँ 75%मा ट्याक्स लाग्दैन भनेको 25%मा मात्रै लाग्छ and out of the foreign allowance received by Nepalese diplomats working in embassies outside the Nepal, 75% exemption facility is provided. Do not like 75% exemption facility provided. As the same only found foreign allowance. Aruma way. Do not found salary Aruma way. Only foreign allowance. So by the Tana. Two days or more so can very like dollar allowance means the amount was a exemption data. That is exemption for foreign allowance. So you condition भनेको चाहिँ त्यो ट्याक्स पेड के हुनु पर्यो मस्ट बी गभर्मेन्ट इम्प्लोइ हुनु पर्यो सरकारी कर्मचारी हुनु पर्यो गभर्मेन्ट इम्प्लोइ नभएको केसमा चाहिँ यो युज हुँदैन अरू नर्मल इम्प्लोइलाई अरू नन गभर्मेन्ट इम्प्लोइलाई यो लागू हुन्छ त्यसको दिज आर एक्जम्सन फ्यासिलिटी फर इन्डिभिजुअल नेचुरल पर्सन सो यो 8वटा पोइन्ट चाहिँ यस्तो छ हैन त्यसपछि यहाँबाट हेर्यौँ अस्तिबाट retirement fund contribution, donation, life insurance premium, health, remote area exemption, exemption for pension, exemption for disabled, foreign allowance exemption. सबैको आफ्नो आफ्नो रुल्स छ सबैको कुरा हामीले यहाँ डिस्कस गर्यौँ अनि अर्को कुरा आज हामी चाहे इन्कम फ्रम इम्प्लोइमेन्ट होस् चाहे चाहिँ बिजनेस होस् चाहे इन्भेस्टमेन्ट होस् ट्याक्सको कुनै पनि हिसाबमा तिनवटा एलिमेन्ट हुन्छ तिनवटा पार्ट हुन्छ So there are three different parts which you have to calculate. In order to determine the tax liability of a taxpayer, we need to get three different parts. We need to calculate three different parts. We need to go through three different steps. Tinta different steps र तीनटा different element हामीले calculate गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ अनि हामीले तीनटा अलग-अलग कुरा निकाल्नुपर्ने हुन्छ. The first step 1, the first thing you need to calculate is called accessible income or net income. This is the total net income of a taxpayer. So सबैभन्दा पहिला we have to get accessible income or it is also called net income of the taxpayer. What is the total income of taxpayer? We need to get first of all we need to calculate first of all. सबैभन्दा पहिला हामी त्यो काम गर्छौँ. Then the second step we have to calculate is a taxable income. Step 2 मा हामी के निकाल्छौँ taxable income निकाल्छौँ. This is the income on which tax is levied, on which tax is charged is known as a taxable income. And your whole income is not taxable. Your total income is not taxable. Out of your total income you receive, you have to calculate taxable income. Total income मा tax लाग्दैन. Total income मध्येबाट हामीले taxable income per लाग्ने income निकाल्नु पर्छ. Taxable income means the income on which tax is levied, tax is charged. That is known as the taxable income. दोस्रो पार्टमा we have to calculate taxable income. टोटल इन्कम निकालिसकेपछि पहिलो पार्टमा दोस्रो पार्टमा हामीले त्यसको taxable income कति अमाउन्टमा कर लाग्ने हो भनेर निकाल्नु पर्छ. Then third step, final step, we have to find out once you determine the taxable income, त्यसको कर लाग्ने आम्दानी निस्किसकेपछि बल्ल हामीले we determine tax liability of the taxpayer. अनि बल्ल हामीले यसको tax liability determine गर्छौँ. So we have to go these three steps in every numerical, either in business, employment, or investment. हामीले गर्ने तीनटा स्टेप्स छ हरेक examमा चाहिँ क्वेशनको लेन्थ अनुसार कुनैमा तीनटै स्टेप्स आउँछ कुनैमा दुईटा स्टेप्स आउँछ कुनैमा एउटा स्टेप्स आउँछ त्यसै भन्न सकिन्छ है दुईवटा. त्यसपछि अलिकति हामीले मलाई रेटको बारेमा पनि भन्छ त्यो एक्जम्सनको कुरा आएको थियो है. Resident individual couple having taxable income from employment tax is following. यो चाहिँ employment income भएको taxpayer का लागि मात्रै tax गरेको अरूको लागि होइन है. employment income जस्तै यहाँ लेयर छ हेर, there are 5 different layers, 5 वटा तह छ tax रेट पनि 5 वटा छ, 1 2 3 4 5. अनि taxpayer can be an individual taxpayer or the person can be a couple. अनि कति बेला individual मान्ने कति बेला couple मान्ने अनि कति बेला taxpayer individual हुन्छ कति बेला couple हुन्छ. त्यो चाहिँ मैले आउने क्लासहरुमा तिमीहरुलाई भन्छु. अब अहिले तिमीले के सम्झ taxpayer is the natural person. We can be an individual or we can be a couple taxpayer. हामी as a natural person individual taxpayer पनि हुन सक्छौं, हामी couple taxpayer पनि हुन सक्छौं. Suppose we are individual taxpayer, then this is the layer of tax liability. Your tax liability तिर्ने वा tax को rate यो layer यस्तो छ. Up to rupees 4 lakh, 4 lakh सम्म no need to pay tax, income tax. But there is another tax called social security tax. It is in Nepali called सामाजिक सुरक्षा कर. यो पहिलो लेयरमा up to 4 lakh for individual, only 1% tax is levied, which is known as a social security tax. सामाजिक सुरक्षा कर भनेर भन्छौं. And this type of tax is this social security tax is only levied, only charged on employment income. For other types of income, it is not levied. This first layer, a पहिलो layer, up to rupees 4 lakh. You can see here 5 different layers: 4 lakh, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 13 lakh, above 20 lakh. 5 layers here. So this first layer is called basic exemption limit or basic exemption layer. यो पहिलो लेयरलाई हामी आधारभूत छुटको तह भनेर भन्छौँ हैन. आधारभूत छुटको लेभल भन्छ त्यसलाई स्ट्याच्युटरी एक्जम्पसन, वैधानिक छुट अथवा बेसिक एक्जम्पसन, आधारभूत छुट भनेर भन्छौँ. यो लेभलसम्म ट्याक्स तिर्नु नपर्ने कारणले गर्दा यसलाई बेसिक एक्जम्पसन भनेर भनिएको हैन. तर ट्याक्स नतिर्नु भनेको फेरि कुनै पनि तिर्नु नपर्ने होइन. यो सोशल सेक्युरिटी ट्याक्स, सामाजिक सुरक्षा कर जसलाई हामी 1% लगाउँछौँ, and it is levied only on employment income. यो रोजगारीको आम्दानीमा मात्रै लाग्छ, अरू इन्कममा लाग्दैन हैन। यसलाई हामी सामान्य सूत्र कर। त्यसपछि यो इन्कम लेभल बढ्दै गयो। त्यसपछि नेक्स्ट 1 लाखमा कसैको 4 लाख 5 लाख रुपियाँ आम्दानी भयो भने फर्स्ट 4 लाखमा 1% मात्र तिर्नु पर्यो, 4000 भयो। त्यसपछि नेक्स्ट 1 लाख पनि 10000 तिर्नु पर्यो, 10,000 14,000 भयो। So that's 10%. When income goes on increasing, tax also goes on increasing. So next 2 lakh, so 20%, then next 13 lakh, so 13%, 30%. यो भनेको अप टु 20 लाख यो रेट जुन मैले रेट बनाएको छु अप टु 20 लाख हुने बेलासम्म 30% तिर्नु। त्यो पनि प्रोग्रेसिभ रेटमा छ, 10, 20, 30 यसरी बढ्दै गयो। एन्ड वेन इन्कम एक्सिड्स 20 लाख, वेन इन्कम इज एबोभ 20 लाख, 20 लाखभन्दा माथि गयो भने द रेट इज 36%। त्यसपछि चाहिँ फ्ल्याट रेट 36% माथि 20 लाखभन्दा माथि 30 लाख भयो भने, 40 लाख भयो भने, 50 लाख भयो भने, 1 करोड भयो भने, जति इन्कम भयो भने द पर्सन हेज टु पे फ्ल्याट रेट 36% तिर्नु भयो। त्यसभन्दा माथि गएको चाहिँ यहाँ छ अप टु 20 लाख यो रेट इन्क्रिज हुँदै गएको छ अनि एबोभ 20 लाख 36% तिर्नुपर्छ। त्यसभन्दा माथि गयो अनि फर कपुल द एक्जम्सन लिमिट इज अप टु 4,50,000, 50,000 बढी एक्जम्सन सुविधा छ यो कपुलको लागि। अरू सबै त्यही नेक्स्ट 1 लाख 10%, 2 लाख 20%, यहाँ 12 लाख 50,000 मिन्स दिस इज अप टु 20 लाख, अप टु 20 लाखसम्म चाहिँ यो के भयो त 30% भयो। एन्ड मोर देन 20 लाख एबोभ 20 लाख हुने बित्तिकै 36% भयो। सो यो पहिलो लेयरलाई हामी यहाँ 5वटा लेयर छ, 1 2 3 4 5। फर्स्ट लेयरलाई हामी के भन्छ यसलाई बेसिक एक्जम्सन भन्छ। भनेपछि अब तिमीहरूले बेसिक एक्जम्सन भनेपछि फर इन्डिभिजुअल इट इज 4 लाख, फर कपुल इट इज 4,50,000 बुझ्नु पऱ्यो। बेसिक एक्जम्सन means लेभल अफ इन्कम, द लिमिट अफ इन्कम अप टु विच नो ट्याक्स इज रिक्वायर्ड टु पे। होइन त्यो लेभलको त्यो इन्कम जसमा ट्याक्स तिर्नु पर्दैन एक्सेप्ट सोसियल सेक्युरिटी ट्याक्स, सामाजिक सुरक्षा कर चाहिँ तिर्नु पऱ्यो फेरि होइन, ओन्ली फर इम्प्लोइमेन्ट इन्कम। अरू इन्कममा पर्दैन फेरि। त्यो बिजनेस इन्कम, इफ यु हेभ इन्भेस्टमेन्ट इन्कम, देन देयर इज नो सोसियल सेक्युरिटी ट्याक्स। इट इज एप्लाइड, इट इज लेभिड, इट इज चार्ज ओन्ली अन इम्प्लोइमेन्ट इन्कम। सो दिस इज होइन ट्याक्स रेट फर इम्प्लोइमेन्ट इन्कम। यो इम्प्लोइमेन्ट इन्कमको लागि ट्याक्स रेट